Earlier, I spoke with the Christmas Island Shire Council President Gordon Thomson and asked him what his thoughts were. Gordon Thomson, welcome.
Thanks, Patricia.
Have you met with the Prime Minister today?
No, we haven't had that opportunity.
Will you be meeting with the Prime Minister before he leaves Christmas Island?
We were hoping to. We don't know if he's left or not, but we certainly have no arrangements in place, although we have requested them.
Why not? Have you been given a reason on why the Prime Minister's not available to meet with you?
No, the request was forwarded to the Administrator on Monday, and the Administrator forwarded the request to the Prime Minister's office, and there's been no contact from the Prime Minister's office.
What did you want to say to the Prime Minister? Why did you want this meeting?
We've been working closely with Minister Lee and her predecessors, Ministers for Territories, on our economic future, and that has to do with everything but the detention centre. The government closed the detention centre last year. It's not part of our economic planning. It's not part of our social advancement. So we wanted to meet with the Prime Minister in the hope that he might make an announcement that we desire, and that is to reopen the Christmas Island Resort to its full operating capacity. We've been working on that with the government for some time, and we're hoping that some sort of announcement might be made, but we understand now that that's not on the agenda. I might say that we believe the Prime Minister has had an interest in us in the past from the terms of good government and assisting us to develop our sustainable economy. But clearly today is not about us, it's about a political campaign. Clearly there's no account taken of the interests of the Christmas Island people with this visit, which is a shame. It's the first time a Prime Minister in office has visited Christmas Island in our history.
The Prime Minister says the facility is now ready for the job. Do you agree with that assessment?
No idea. We know that there's been movement at the station, Patricia, but we're not included in those arrangements. We're not updated on those arrangements, except in the most cursory of terms. We know that the activity's there. We know that the government intends to reopen the detention centre. We know that the government intends to transfer people from Nauru and Manus to Christmas Island, those detainees who require medical treatment. We know that we don't have the medical facilities in existence in our own health service. We await their advice as to what they've done about that. We're not in the picture at all.
Former Administrator of Christmas Island, John Stanhope, told RM Breakfast this morning that the reopening of the asylum centre, the detention centre, was a political decision. You've just told me a similar thing. Do you feel like you're being used for an electoral campaign?
Within a day of the announcement, we have said used and abused for a political advantage in the electoral cycle. So that's very clearly what we thought it was about, and I think the proof's in the pudding today. It's a political campaign. It's a political campaign visit. It's not about the interests of Christmas Islanders.
When you say used and abused, I want to pick you up on the word abused. This has been, historically, it has been mothballed, now reopened, but it has been a centre that's operated for some time. Where's the abused part come in? Surely, I understand you're saying they're not giving you enough attention for your other issues, but where is the abuse in doing this?
I've been on the island since 1997, so I've lived through the Tampa issues. I've lived through the electoral campaigns fought on the basis of exclusion and fear of the other, the external threat, the lies and deceits that have accompanied federal elections in 2001 and 2004 in particular were very certainly political lies and deceits. I have in mind, of course, the Children overboard fiasco, which was very clearly a campaign of lies and deceit. So we live here, we are remote, people are generally not interested in Christmas Island except when Christmas Island is in the news about asylum seekers. And Christmas Island is in the news about asylum seekers at election time. So the abuse is this, that Christmas Islanders feel that we're a convenience, a political convenience for a government in power that is under threat. And we see that very clearly. There's no one on Christmas Island who doesn't understand what this is all about.
Gordon Thomson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was Christmas Island Shire Council President Gordon Thomson expressing his frustration. Kirsten, the Prime Minister yet to meet with him. I don't know if they're going to get a meeting, but certainly no response.